Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia. This is the quick update regarding the Battle of Izium plus plus. So, or plus plus plus, depending on how much plus you want. Maybe plus plus plus, so three pluses. Okay, so Battle of Izium plus plus plus. I go for the easier one. Remember this one, the alleged fighting east of Bavinkov. So now things got more interesting because I can't even verify this, and then now we have this. Fighting is now reported at Husarivka. So I'm not sure if they are separate forces or it could be the same force after fighting at Bavinkov, move towards Husarivka. So this is just a one-liner. There's a fierce battle in the area of Husarivka Izium, and that's it. And this is all I can work with. It's just a one-liner. So if you need to read, okay, I guess just gonna leave this here for you. So there is confirmation though regarding there are still Ukrainian forces in the south of Izium. However, the Russians are bypassing them and basically just go through the road and just carry on. While the Ukrainian forces is actually kind of like trapped in their little bubbles within the southern part of Izium. Of course, details is there isn't any details into exactly where they are. But as far as my understanding goes, the Russians are totally kind of trapped them there, and they are just they just continue to move out. There is forces are reported in Kavyamka. I think the Russians call it Karenka. So they said that they have entered the Karenka, so which is Kamyamka, but I'm not sure if that's considered capture or they just moving past, or if they are actually facing any resistance. This is just a very small town. You can see if I zoom in further, it's just very sparsely. This is a very sparse town with their individual farmlands. You can even call this a village if you want. So likely is that they are just passing through. They're probably gonna put some roadblocks and some troops around here to kind of block off any retreat by the Ukrainian forces over here. This is likely could be what they're gonna be doing, ensuring that the Ukrainian forces cannot retreat and then entrench themselves within this town to block the road. So I would be inclined to say that they will put some troops around here, although it does look like it's quite a huge area to actually cover. It's around 1.4 kilometers and or 1.3 around here. So we might see a defense line like this or around here, maybe along these three lines, and maybe along these three lines as well. So this is my guess to kind of prevent unexpected the pushing down the retreat and then end up they lost this position and cause more problems for themselves. The Ukrainian forces is better trapped here than they retreat here, so we might see some entrenchment there. No news regarding the Studonok and Yamarivka. So according to some of the map I saw, they drew that the Russian capture all these forests and then they draw arrows out of these forests, like the Russians are spilling out of the forest. I don't think so. So I don't do that. I don't think that is practical. It's easier to just go down the road. So this is, and then there's also chatters suggesting that the East Army do not have enough fuel and ammunition to conduct withdrawal. This is from the Russian source, so of course you can actually view this as a propaganda if you want. So although the way that it's written is actually sounds like it's a Ukrainian thing, I actually joined like at least 5 to 6 new channels in Telegram. So I think the intel work on my side is going to be more and more painful to go through more and more posts. But here I just read for you in case you cannot see. Colleagues, the problem on the Eastern Front is more serious than just encirclement. Our military will not be able to retreat from Donbass. So this is actually written in a allegedly pro-Ukrainian channel. According to information from Kramatorsk, the troops in the Joint Forces Operation Zone, which I call the East Army, did not have enough fuel and ammunition left to withdraw from Donbass with the fighting. Earlier, the option of retreat was proposed by the command of the US Army in Europe. According to the US military, the released forces could be used to strengthen defense of the Dnieper and the battle near Kharkiv. But the analysis of the situation showed that such a maneuver is no longer possible. Now, as our interlocutor noted, the JFO fighters, which is the East Army, would have to hold the defense and hope for a miracle as in Mariupol. I believe this is something that I've also covered for at least a week already, that the East Army have very limited ability to retreat. And given the progress here around Donetsk, if they cut off Pokrovsk, or even Olesivka or even Korotkov, this is going to spell disaster for the East Army. There's so many points that they need to hold. Olesivka is one, Pokrovsk is one, Konstantinivka is one, Bakhmut is one, and Bakhmut is under threat from Popasna. There is still fighting in Popasna, however, despite they claim that they have conquered, they're still fighting. Maybe the Ukrainians have been trying to infiltrate and try to prevent a move out from Popasna towards Bakhmut. So, and then there is major frontal assault from the Donetsk forces towards this side. That's New York. Apparently, they actually literally call this New York, like the American New York. And then there's also this push towards Kurakov. So, and the forces cannot just retreat so easily, just retreat this way. They will be chased down by the Russians. So the fighting retreat is not so easy to be done. And given that if they lack fuel and they lack ammunition, then moving will be even more dangerous than holding on. So this is if this is true, then which is actually rumored for a few days ago. I think I reported once before. This is going to be very bad. However, on the bright side, for the Ukrainian side, there is report that the Ukrainians is actually gathering in that's it. Move up, Pavlorad, to kind of launch a counter-offensive similar to the one that they did against Balaklia. This counter-offensive that they took Chuhuiv. So they say, according to the Russian sources, they say that this is something that is similar to what they have done here. Something that they were trying to do. So although this did not exactly go very well, if you ask me. I mean, the only significant is the Hachi and Chuhuiv, and it is decent to kind of relieve some pressure on Kharkiv. What Pavlorad could do, not so sure. Especially they have also mined some of this road, so they're going to kind of impede themselves as well. The likelihood of what they're going to do if they really successfully gather a sufficient force to do a counter offensive is to actually cut off this road here. The most likely is they're going to take this fork road here, maybe this gas station here, and entrench themselves around this region, and probably take better positions around the forests. I'm not sure how they can entrench when they have no air support. So if you have a total entrenched position that is not within residential zone, totally in the open. So let's say here, and then you have some artilleries around here, you're going to get hit by air strikes, or even artillery strikes or missile strikes. So the best bet is always a build up area for the Ukrainians, since the Russians are very reluctant to hit residential areas freely. Not that they don't, but they just don't hit it freely. Like, you know, in World War II, that you just carpet bomb the entire city. So the tactical situation is not really ideal, if you ask me, for the Ukrainians. If you ask me, I have no idea what they're gonna do. That is going to be effective unless they're going to conquer back Izium. Then I think that will be a meaningful move. So, but conquering back Izium is not going to be easy. I mean, the Russians have so much trouble conquering it. To conquer against such an important position, I think the Russians will fight very hard for it. So, I also read on one line that the Izium, especially the southern part, is quite bad. The destruction of the city. So, interesting to see what the Ukrainians gonna do with this force and this situation. So, in case you have missed some of the videos, let me share again about the roads, the resupply routes to the East Army. So there's 3 main routes for the resupply to the East Army. One is from Zaporizhia, this Zaporizhia highway, I will call it, and then we have the Dnipro highway this way down. They have 2 ways actually from Dnipro. This one and then this 2, which actually goes through this way, or you can go through and join up to the Zaporizhia. This is more towards the southern part, towards Donetsk, and towards Luhansk is much more limited. They only have 1 road from Dnipro going up all around to Izium down to Sloviansk. And going to Sloviansk and Kramatorsk, the other way is only through the Dnipro highway going up here, somewhat of a detour. They can actually go through the smaller roads. There's actually another small road here which is possible, or they can actually go through a Pavlograd northern, south of Bavinkov. So, but this is allegedly under fighting now. So this road is gone. So it's probably through Alexandrivka to Kramatorsk. So there's only a few roads that they can use. It's not the situation, like here in the western Ukraine or in Belarus, where the road networks is tremendous. This area is just rubbish. So but of course the difficulty, like the weather and the temperature, it affects both sides. So if the Ukrainians have problems, the Russians going to have the same problem. If the Russians have these certain problems, the Ukrainians is going to have the exact same problem in terms of geography. So this is just a quick update in terms of the battle of Izium plus, and then hopefully we'll have more firm information regarding the battle situation around this region, because at the moment it's all rumors. So this is a rumor, this is a rumor, this is a rumor, this is a rumor. So the only one that is confirmed is actually this one, and the bridge that was blown up at Bohorodashne, which I already deleted the icon because I'm not going to leave icons of broken bridges everywhere. So this is a quick update on the Izium plus, and I'll see you in the next update. And if you have not subscribed, which 2/3 of you haven't, do subscribe. I believe that if you are interested in this kind of thing that I report, I believe you would want to subscribe. So I'll see you soon.